Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Allah, not Ahaya. It's Yahweh. His only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christus, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So we gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four ends of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from the GMS Orlando camp coming at you with another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification. Lord's willingness to be edifying. This is for educational purposes only. This is not for monetary gain, and I do not own a copyright to these videos. This is for educational purposes only. Lord's willingness to be edifying. The title of this lesson, Coming to a City Near You. Coming to a city near you. Let me jump up.
I know a lot of people have been asking me about the coin shortage that we've been seeing across the United States. You know, if you've probably been to your local restaurants or maybe gas station, they wanted you to have exact change if you were paying with cash. And, you know, because they couldn't get change back. I also seen some gas stations that wanted to buy change from you. And so a lot of people have had a lot of speculation. What is going on? Is this like, you know, are they becoming, you know, globalization, New World Order, getting rid of currency? Maybe. Anyhow, before we get to today's video, let me ask you guys a question. Ghislaine Maxwell Epstein's girlfriend and cohort, well, how do you think she's going to die? COVID-19 or suicided? Which one? Comment below. Let me know what you think on that. So anyway, the change shortage. I know whenever I first heard about it, some of you guys were like emailing me or writing in the comments about the change shortage, and I didn't even pay you guys any attention, to be honest with you. I thought, you know, I was like, I don't know, have any idea what they're talking about. They're crazy. And then I, you know, go to a gas station and they didn't have change. So anyway, what could that be? Well, the story is because of COVID-19, they shut down processing. Now, let me tell you this. Why all these essential workers like Walmart, Amazon, and these other places, but yet the U.S. Mint is not essential? And so then I read that they shut down, well, then they came back, and they were only running like 10% of their workforce. Guys, U.S. Mint, this is essential. Currency is essential, right? You would think, you know, very odd. But what better way to control, right? If you don't have, everything's got to be on the books, everything's debit card. What's the next step? You know,
I was at the store yesterday at the Wawa getting waters for the brothers at camp. And they actually was asking customers if they had quarters, man. If they had quarters, they'll trade them out. I was at another store, a Family Dollar, and they needed quarters. It's crazy, man. It's crazy for this topic to be coming up because it actually happened to me yesterday, man. Well, not to me, but I was there and they needed quarters, man. 2 stores that I went to, they was out of quarters.
microchips and things like that, possibly. Um, let's just talk about what the effects would be if there was no currency. So first off, what this will mean is that there's going to be zero cash. I like cash, but that if a cashless society doesn't mean mostly debit card. It's going to be that because everything's mostly debit card now. Zero cash. So what does that mean? Everything registered on the books, right? That could pose a lot of problems for some guys. A little kid wanting to come cut grass, for $20. Especially anybody in kind of illegal arenas, prostitution, drug dealers. That would cause a serious problem for those guys, right? This also prevents you from doing any kind of odd jobs, right? On the side, you need to make a little extra cash. What would that be a good reason for? Taxes, because this is something you may get paid without paying taxes on it. No more cash gifts, right? No birthdays, giving money to your grandkids, giving money to your buddy, your girlfriend, cash in a card, all that's gone, right? So then, what that becomes? Maybe we start taxing that money. What do we know will happen from this? That means banks would have all control of your money, right? They'd have control of every single bit of your money. You couldn't have any money in like a little disaster fund in the house because there's no cash. Every transaction you make is recorded. Everything you buy. Think about the data that could get from you, your purchasing habits. You would be surprised how much information you can get just by someone's purchasing habits. They could maybe even sell that. The banks sell that information to different companies to do targeted marketing to various demographics. Another way for them to make money. All of your movements and actions are traceable. So you get something to eat down here at the fast food restaurant. You're getting gas. All these different things. Everything you do is traceable. Every move you make, every location you're at is traceable to the banks or the government. Now think about this disaster scenario, or just let's say they just want to take control of you and block your bank account. You don't have any cash. Maybe something like Mark of the Beast. We've heard of that. Have all control, right? Makes sense. It's an easy way to control someone because if you don't have a way to buy food, gas, water, shelter, you control that person. They don't have a choice. They will be able to tax every single dollar you have on you. In your savings account, when the year rolls over, you're paying for that. Any cash you would have had maybe stored away, you're paying for that. Anytime somebody gives you cash, gift, whatever, they can tax you on it. Let's say you make a questionable purchase. Maybe you make a purchase at a certain amount of money, $5,000, $10,000. They can freeze your account right at that moment until they investigate and make sure the purchase is authorized. So you see this poses a problem if we move towards that direction, and if the shortage happens where they're only using 10% of employees for the U.S. Mint, but they got Amazon fully staffed. It's just kind of crazy. Maybe it's a test run. Who knows? I don't know. I just know one thing. I don't trust the government at all anymore with the COVID stuff. We heard it was
Now you see, hey, this is that Psalm 64:8, man. Verse 7 said, the Lord shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. Verse 8 say, and so that they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, man. So this guy is coming out with facts, man.
Obviously, Professor Stephen Roach has been calling for a weaker dollar for a long time. But I'm curious as to what you think the stability of global currencies are right now. Everything from the Zimbabwe government giving up on trying to peg the Zimbabwe dollar to everything that's happening in emerging markets to the Hong Kong dollar and of course the US dollar. Is the US dollar the stalwart that it always has been?
In the short run, it is. Its dominant position has been reinforced by the steps that the Fed has taken in the early stages of the crisis with renewed swap lines for Mexico and Brazil and South Korea and Singapore, with a treasury repo facility for other central banks, the U.S. Treasury bond market is still the single most liquid market in the world, so everybody rushes into it in the early stages of a crisis. Looking further down the road, I do think there are serious challenges, and I'm not certain that the dollar will overcome them. The heavy U.S. debts, the tendency for this administration to weaponize the dollar. The one thing that is holding the dollar's dominance in place is the absence of more attractive alternatives.
Well, exactly. Now, is there a date in the future at which you see the yuan a potential contender for reserve currency in lieu of the dollar?
I'm betting on the euro instead. If Europe is really experiencing a Hamiltonian moment, if it's moving slowly but surely in the direction of fiscal federalism, then I think the euro has potential to rival the dollar. The problem with the Chinese currency is that people don't entirely trust the Chinese government. The People's Bank of China is rolling out central bank digital currency. Will people in other countries use it? Not if they fear there's a backdoor there, a digital ID, and their transactions can be tracked. And those are the kind of policies more broadly that the Chinese government pursues.
Some companies still have HR stuck between.
No, Salakia. So this is from RT News.
Live from the world headquarters of RT America in our nation's capital, this is the news with Rick Sanchez.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez, and I want to welcome all of you who are watching us from all over the world, including those of you who are watching on your mobile phones using the portable TV app. It may very well be that while the rest of the world, especially the United States, snoozes, China is moving along with its plans to create the future of money. What is the future of money? What is China doing that we here in America, for example, are not? Well, get this. It is now testing a new digital currency. So here's what we know. China's central bank is confirming today that it's going to be testing a mobile app for storing and exchanging the yuan. Not as a paper entity, by the way, but rather as a digital entity, like, for example, Bitcoin. The world learned about this when this screenshot appeared on social media. Take a look at that right there. See it? You can see there from the image that this appears to be sort of a marketing tool to get citizens, Chinese citizens, comfortable with the idea of using and trusting digital currency. Now, it's important to mention that China is stressing that this really is, quote, only a test. But is it? And if it isn't, why are they so ahead of the game at this point? Forbes, right? Forbes, one of the world's leading business periodicals, is warning the White House right now, the Trump administration, not to continue its present course of banning and attacking cryptocurrency. In fact, let me show you this recent headline from Forbes. It says, quote, why Trump should unveil a U.S. answer to Bitcoin to rival China's digital yuan. Should the White House heed that advice? So what are we going to do? We're going to attempt to break this story down for you right here on the News with Rick Sanchez, where we remain convinced that stories like this show that it really is time to do news again.
Now, through gradualism, through the convenience of transitioning, man, it's a trend. They do things over time to make everybody adapt, man. This is Revelation 13 and verse 15. It reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast, Salaki, let me start at verse 14. Verse 13, Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which technology, the advancement of technology is a miracle to these docile people, man. Okay? And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live, which was the Roman Empire. Babylon the Great is a revised Roman Empire. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So by these miracles, paraplegics being able to move, making blind see, supposedly, allegedly, doing these different things with the chip, like how they had this guy Stephen Hawkins, right, talking through a computer. That was part of that was a chip, man. That was that technology. That was that AI, that advanced that AI, man, technology through the RFID microchip. So through that technology, man, they perform these miracles to deceive people, man. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man may buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The thing is, they using these miracles to deceive people, man. The world is coming together on one world currency. It don't matter who do it first. That's the whole. This is a major prophecy of Yahweh Bahashim Habashai, man. That these devils going to cause everybody to take the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, man. It don't matter who does it first. It's happening, man. And it's coming to a city near you soon.
All right, here we go with the list of the questions we think you'll be asking tomorrow. Is the United States making a mistake by not competing directly with China in digital currency? What are global bankers doing about unpaid mortgages and other loans? It's an incredible story, by the way. A lot of dimensions to that. And then why are near riots breaking out in Israel? And what's it all got to do with Bibi Netanyahu? All right, let's begin with the question of what China is doing and why it may be critically important to almost any and every person who uses money to exchange goods and services. This quotation, supposedly uttered by Meyer Rothschild in the 1700s, may best explain this story. And I'm going to give you the quote. He who controls the money controls the world. Right now, the U.S. really controls the money, but China is vying for that control. And testing digital currency may be, some say, a step in that direction. Let's begin today with RT correspondent Ben Swan.
Well, that's right, Rick. The PBOC, or the People's Bank of China, is moving forward with testing out its brand new digital currency, the first major test of this digital currency. And yes, it appears that it will be done through a very popular food delivery service called Meituan. Meituan is one of the largest apps in China with nearly 500 million users. It is owned by Chinese tech giant Tencent, and it has about 65% share of the market. This makes Meituan the perfect testing ground for China's central bank backed by digital currency. It's a project that has been underway now for over 6 years. Chinese authorities are pushing to have the digital currency fully operational, they say, and in use by 2022 for the Olympics that will be held in China, a place where they can showcase to the rest of the world this digital currency. Still, a lot of questions about how this digital currency will work in comparison to actual cryptocurrencies. We do know this, that the Chinese currency will be linked to a holder's smartphone number and transactions will take place through an app. And pretty interesting here, Rick, reports indicate that not only will you be able to use an app in order to buy and sell and exchange using this digital currency, but that the technology will be designed in such a way that you can actually tap your phone to another phone in order to make a transaction. The idea is to simulate the process of paying with cash, handing.
This is how the Lord got these devils deceived, man. They don't know what they doing, man. Okay? This is the Lord put his spirit on them to do this, man. To bring out the mark of the beast. This is Isaiah 29:14. Therefore, behold, I, Yahweh, Yahweh say, I will proceed to do a marvelous work amongst this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder for the wisdom of their wise, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish. They don't know what they're doing. They think they're doing something. The Lord got them doing it, man. It say, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of the prudent man shall be hid. This is the work of the Lord, man. We can't be giving them credit for nothing, man. Nothing. The Lord is doing this, man. This is the work of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, man. To do what? To bring about the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, to make it mandatory, man. See, they trending you. They trending you. They through gradualism, through the convenience. Everybody using their phone with Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay. Hey, to have you ready for to take the chip, man. These devils think they slick, but this is the Lord doing this, man. The Lord got his spirit in everything, man.
Cash back and forth between two individuals. But again, all of this on digital currency and all of it happening through a smartphone. For the news with Rick Sanchez, I'm Ben Swan.
Thank you so much, Ben. Ben's always so good at being able to put those stories together and explaining them to us. And now we're joined by Christy I. Christy's a market analyst and the co-host of Boom Bust here on RT America. Christy, I think you probably heard that quote that I read from Forbes magazine when they're warning the United States, specifically the Trump White House. They're saying, look, stop calling out everything having to do with digital currency as a joke. Stop attacking it. And instead, you should be jumping on board. Are they right?
They're absolutely right. I mean, China's progress towards testing and launching its digital currency has only gained momentum during this entire pandemic crisis. So now for the US, that means that they have even fallen further behind, as they have pretty much already lost the battle over 5G. And right now, this entire thing, this threatens the US's financial dominance, because the pressure is on for the US to also respond and to create their own form of central bank digital currency. Because if China successfully launches this CBDC, it could result in the widespread adoption of this digital RMB to be used in emerging markets economies and international trade. So countries would actually no longer be beholden and dependent on the US dollar for trade.
Hey, just like right now, NATO is the military for North America, for Babylon the Great. NATO is the military, and EU is the monetary system, right? The monetary backing. That's how it's going to be when Russia take power. Russia's going to be the military, and China's going to be the monetary backing, man. This is the Lord transitioning, man. Even though they all finna fall, they all fall down, man. Like I said in Job 24:24, they shall be taken out of the way as all others, man. Because this is the rise of the Hebrew Israelites, the elect on this side, and this is the fall of the 17 heathen nations, man. But the transition that's going on is the Lord is taking the power from Babylon the Great, transition it to the Russian Idumeans, the Russian Job 9:24s, which is going to be the new power, and China going to be the monetary backing, man. And we seeing it happen. It's transforming, man.
Is the Chinese populace, or for that matter, any populace anywhere in the world, ready for something like this that is so revolutionary? How do you get people to suddenly start using digital currency instead of their credit cards and their regular cash that they've been using for the last so many hundreds of years?
I mean, that is kind of why I stressed emerging economies to begin with, because that is actually the economies that are most comfortable with using things as digital currencies, such as China and such as India. Countries, emerging economies with large populations of unbanked people, people who don't have access to bank accounts, who actually don't own credit cards, who have never owned credit cards, but every single one of them own mobile phones. All of them are connected to the internet, and because of that, all of them have been using accounts such as things similar to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, things like that, where you transact digitally, not necessarily with a bank account. This will just be another form of legal tender that China's offering. So it's a central bank digital currency within a digital wallet that all the citizens are already very accustomed to using. In China, people are already accustomed to using Alipay and Alibucks, which are very similar to PayPal wallet and PayPal bucks. So they're already familiar with how to pay digitally. This is just taking it a step further and making it so that instead of issuing out Alibucks, which is specific to only Alibaba companies, this is going to be legal tender issued by the central bank, which is going to be accepted everywhere countrywide.
Yeah, seems like four.
Hey, so Lord willing is edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well, who teach well. And a sincere salutation to all doctrine, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world waking up the hope for the elect. And shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, Lord willing edifying, just some updates, man, on what's going on, man. Hey, be alert, keep watch, repent, convert, and be healed, man. Stay prayed up. Shalom.